Actually, I'm from southern part of India called Kerala. It's otherwise known as God's own country.
Okay. And how long have you been in this country?
Actually, I have reached here in last September 9th, and this is my 8th month here in Canada.
Wow. How do you like Canada?
It's okay. In the initial stage, it was little bit struggling like anything because I have missed my daughter and my country back home, and I have lots of depression during that time. But later, I managed to adjust with the situation.
How old is your daughter?
She's 1.5 years old. I'm missing her so much.
And are you by yourself here?
Yeah, of course, because I have done all the processing and everything myself, and then I'm living here alone.
And have you? Why Canada? Why come here? Why not other country?
It's because I have done lots of research about Canada and the possibilities of other countries. So I have compared the situation here in Canada and Australia. And previously I didn't have the intention to go abroad, but later in 2015 I happened to have an opportunity to be there in Ireland for 3 months with my wife, and laterally I just thought of shifting to some other countries and to have an international exposure. So when I have gone through the situation here in Canada, I found that lots of welfare measures are there, and uh, I'm so passionate towards teaching. So I thought of having, after finishing my PhD, I thought of having or taking up one course that's suitable for my teaching career. I found a suitable course like college teachers training program here in Jordan, and I have applied here, and luckily I got here and reached here in Canada.
So what is your PhD in?
Basically, I'm a social worker. I have my postgraduate in social work, and I've done my PhD also in social work.
And how do you think about what are your thoughts about the weather here in Canada? It's a little bit cold, isn't
That
it?
was the most difficult part here in Canada. Like, see, back home it's entirely different. We have summer, winter, everything is there, but it's not extreme like that. It won't go below 10 or 5.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I was struggling like anything.
So you had to buy a bunch of clothes now.
Yeah,
How are you doing now? Yesterday it was snowing again.
yeah. This is here. The climate is so unpredictable because you can't imagine what will be the climate next day. So it's an extra feeling like now it's see even if we are going any part of the world, we can adjust with that climate. No,
Do you miss the food at home?
of course that was the most difficult part because for the last 35 years of my life, I never cooked my own. And but after reaching here, I started cooking. So that was my parents. They're also proud of me because I started cooking myself.
And you did your wife cook before, or was it always been you?
Yeah, after reaching here only I started cooking.
Yeah.
I learned lots of things. You know.
When are you planning on getting your family here?
Actually, see, after finishing my course, I thought of starting my permanent residency process. So hopefully, within 1 year, I thought of bringing them back to here in Canada.
And in the meantime, do you have other family members? Do you have siblings?
Here in Canada,
Anywhere?
yeah, I have my sister back home. She's a government employee working the
Younger, older?
elder sister.
And would you think she would come to Canada as well?
No, because she's not that much fond of going abroad, and she's so committed to her work also. So she will be stick on in her job, and she'll be the back home only.
How about your parents?
Parents also like that, no, because see, actually, I'm from the southern part of India, and our family only there in my place, and all other our relatives are in our own birthland. But my father, he's particular about my particular place called Wayanad. It is so greenish. It's like it's have full of natural vegetation and everything. So I think he also, my parents also not interested to come abroad, but they may visit this place. That's all.
Yeah. Um, are you planning on having them visit already or not yet?
I thought of bringing them for my convocation actually. See, such an opportunity is there. I came to know that, so I'm started working on that.
When is convocation?
It's in on June 30th.
This year.
Yeah, this year.
Cool. Now, when you're, have you made friends here yet?
So in the beginning, so it's actually I'm staying with some students who are also from my place. So, but later, come to the class, I got lots of from friends from different part of the world. Like I have the friends from Nigeria, Philippines, Iran, even Canada. So it's a multicultural class. So it has given, and I got lots of new friends around the world.
Do you hang out with them outside of class?
Not because you see, as I said earlier, from the first 3 months, I have struggled a lot to adjust with the situation. I was so depressed, so I didn't go out. I haven't gone outside in the initial stage, but later gradually I got adjusted with the situation and started mingling with the students also. But usually I won't go outside much.
Yeah. Would you have done the same thing out in India, or do you have a lot of friends there?
I have lots of friends back home because see, I don't want to sit idle in my home. In the evening, usually I'll be with my friends only. I used to with my friends only.
And are your friends there gonna move here as well? Have you told them?
No, not like that.
They don't
Like,
want to come?
No.
Why not?
Actually, see, most of my friends know they are already settled there back home, and they prefer to need to stay back in their own place only.
So why did you decide to move there?
In my career and life, I haven't taken any big decisions. So I was in a settled position back home. I was the chief operating officer of a central government program. But still, I thought of it was my dream, to have an international exposure in a good college. So when I got this opportunity, I just moved to here.
Would you move back to India?
No, not exactly, because see, after reaching here, I have said told before. No, I have done research on the possibilities and avenues that is there in Canada. So I thought for the next generation, it will be a good place for like Canada.
What are you seeing in Canada that you would want your child to experience?
First of all, see, the English it's my second language. So I have in the beginning of my career, I have struggled a lot. My children they won't be in such a position. So being a universal language, they need to have that much well versed with this language, and more than that, the welfare measures. Of course, the climate means the natural vegetation and everything. So you can have the good air here in Canada because it's blessed with the natural resources. So that is the positive part of Canada.
If you're going to chat with somebody who's also a newcomer and it's their first time, it's their first week here, and they'll say, how am I going to live here? What am I going to do? Why am I here? How are you going to talk to them? What are you going to say?
First of all, what I am going to do is I will tell them the realities that is there in Canada. So especially for a beginner, it's not an easy job. It's very difficult to adjust with the climate and the situations, food habits and everything here in Canada. So I will just explain the realities here, and it's not easy to find even a part-time job. Part-time job opportunities are there, but still here making the friends or networking, that is the core to find out the jobs here in Canada. So I will give them a clear picture of the realities that is there in Canada.
And what are those realities? Give me an example.
First of all, as I said earlier, it is getting a job. We have lots of opportunities, and the major difference I have seen here in Canada and back home is the dignity of labor. It is there here, so you can do any job, but accessing that job is not that much easy, because from my understanding, more than 70% of the jobs are filled up through the networks or connections only. So creating network and connections, that is the biggest challenge for a newcomer.
Yeah. Now, what else would you want to share? What did you learn from your program?
It's a really worthy and useful program for me, because I have that much passion towards teaching. And back home, it's mostly teaching centered classroom and learning style. So here it's entirely different. We have exposed to lots of student-centered learning techniques, using of technology, tech tools, and how to have hands-on and exposure with the multicultural, how we can deal with the multicultural students. All those things were so useful, and our instructors, they have helped us a lot to improve our teaching style, quality, even to adjust with the multicultural environment here in Canada.
Great.
And Canada